Hey everyone, it's June already. We're already almost done our spring, and for those of you who have kids, the last month of school, crazy how fast things are flying by. And so we've got obviously another market update for you. What's been happening? So as you can see from the numbers that are included on this email, if you're getting the email, the numbers obviously still look very positive. We had a very high sale number. It was actually still a little bit better than it was for the month of May last year. And we are seeing some inventory coming up. What we can't see is the energy, and there's a little bit of a market shift that's happening that we'll see it in the stats coming up in June. It is slowing down a little bit, nothing drastic. However, the frenzy that was happening in the first 4 months of the year, it's really starting to subside. I think there's more inventory coming up, which is good for buyers. There's still certain pockets that are a little bit frustrating for buyers because everybody seems to be in the same price range. And so that's helping to calm things down. Of course, interest rates going up is gonna push some buyers potentially out of the running. But I believe that what's gonna happen is that they'll actually just start to look in lower price ranges if they're maxing themselves out, or if they just don't wanna move up to their ceiling, because your payment cost is changing quite a bit. On a 5-year fixed mortgage, your cost for every $100,000 you borrow is moving up from around the $400 mark a month that it was a few months ago, and now $100,000 would be about $550 a month, and so that makes a pretty big difference when you're borrowing obviously more than 100,000. So we're going to start to see that change a little bit. The condo market is doing very well, best it's ever done, which is great news. The majority of those sales are between that 150 and 200 mark. That's definitely where we see the bulk of our condo sales. So the higher price stuff is, albeit it is doing better, it's not quite as robust as we'd like to see it. But again, we're starting to see some life, and we're definitely starting to see some life downtown. So albeit we don't have the sales where we want them to be, but they're trending in the right direction, which is fantastic news. The rural markets, acreages, recreational, I believe that's going to continue to slow down. It definitely did this month, not by a whole lot, but it did. So we start to see a little bit more inventory, a little bit less sales, and it's going to push us to what I think is a little bit of a balanced market. I don't believe we're going to see anything drastic in price changes in either direction. There are certain pockets in the residential single-family market that I think we're starting to see some price reductions, and most of the price reductions that we're seeing are from people that were a little bit overly ambitious to begin with. So it doesn't necessarily mean prices are dropping. It just means they were trying too high and didn't realize that the frenzy that was happening is no longer. And so all in all, I think Alberta is going to weather what seems to be a recession coming. I think Alberta is going to be the place to be and the place to invest. We're definitely still seeing some investment interest from out of province, Ontario, BC specifically, where people can really capitalize on the money they've made from their real estate, and frankly, just I think they understand that this is the market to be in. I think there's still a lot of opportunity in Alberta, and so all in all, it's still good news. I think the frenzy that was happening was not something we wanted to continue. And other than that, hopefully we still see some great opportunities coming this way. It seems to be the case, and that would be the end of my market report. So I hope you guys have a great spring, and absolutely, if you guys have any questions about your own personal properties, we're definitely happy to help out. Take care.